The Wheel Roundtree in the building.
We in the building.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, I told y'all we was jam-packed. Man, so, Will, I noticed one time you posted on social media one time about being an introvert. Man, explain that to us, man. Like,
man, so for people who know me, like growing up, I've always been a very quiet person. And at one point, I used to call myself shy. Mm-hmm. And one of my mentors actually broke me out of telling people that. I remember he wanted me to speak. And I was like, man, I can't do that. I'm shy. He was like, how long you been shy? And I was like, it stumped me because that's not a question people ask. Right. He was like, you're not shy. You're an introvert. And that's the first time I heard that. So being an introvert really is just someone, I mean, I keep to myself. But when it comes time to me doing what I feel my purpose is, when people see me speak, they're like, I'm a character because a light switch pops on, and then once the lights are off, I'm back to my little hole. I'm a fly on the wall and all of that. But they often say that, statistically, most successful individuals are introverts.
I mean, I can attest to it. I'm an introvert too.
Right.
So yeah, I'm the same way.
Definitely.
I'm like you said, I got an event coming up this Saturday. I got to speak at. Like, I know I'm gonna give it to them. Right. But once I'm done, I'm back to
right. I know the feeling, man.
So yeah, it's the same way. So how do you separate from people that don't align with your goals? We come in contact with people all the time that may or may not align with our morals or align with our goals. How do you separate from those type of people?
Great question. So let me start by telling a story. I remember when I was about 11 or 12 years old, I had goals of being an NBA player.
Hoop star.
Hey, you couldn't tell me I was not going to the NBA, even though
all been there
I was 4'7" probably. And so, but someone told, it was people around me who said, well, maybe you should think about something more realistic. And from that standpoint, and as I grew, I started to learn, you have people who will be in your life. They'll love you, but they'll steal your dream.
Right. So
going back to people, how do you deal with people who don't align with your vision? I don't deal with them at all. And I say that because you have to be very careful who you align with, because we will let people's perspective become ours. Mm-hmm. That whole saying, birds of a feather flock together. If you hang with 6 broke people, you're going to be the 7th.
Absolutely.
You hang with 6 millionaires, odds are something is going to rub off on you. And so when you hang with people who visions don't align with yours, and it's not supposed to, because they can't seize what you can see. And so I often say, energy attracts energy. Mm-hmm. I don't even have a frequency with someone who can't vibrate at that level. Right. And so my level of discernment won't even let me align with them. So I'm very good at it. What does Drake say? No new friends?
No new friends.
So if our vision's on the line, it's nothing that will even draw me to you for us to even want to hang out and be friends.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right, man. That's a word right there now.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I always tell people, people always talk about being wealthy, how or is it possible for you to, for somebody to be rich or a millionaire? What's the odds? What are the odds, man?
Man, if people really knew how simple it is, or how easy, let me use the word easy.
Is it really easy?
It is. And the reason I say that, the hardest part about becoming wealthy or making money or being rich, whatever word you want to use, and that's subjective to everybody.
Absolutely.
Someone making $250,000 a year, that's rich to them. Because think about it, most people, their whole goal financially is just to make 100,000.
Right.
So to make $1 million, most people can't fathom that. Think about it like this: the average person has never had $1,000 cash in their hand. Their paycheck may be $1,000, right? But money in, money out. Right. But to be able to have $1,000 cash, So to be able to make $1 million, most people can't fathom that. But I say it's easy because the definition of easy means it's also easy not to do. The reason it's easy not to do it because most people are not going to want to put the work in it takes to make $1 million.
Right.
And when I say that, it's like all you have to do is find something that's going to make you money and learn how to scale it. It may take you 20 years to do that, but what's the odds and likelihood of you making $1 million on your job over 20 years? You'll never do that in 40 years.
Right.
Matter of fact, you work 40 years, then you retire.
It won't even be in the 401k.
It ain't even in a 401k. Matter of fact, they give you 40% of the 100% you was making.
Right.
So it definitely can be easy, but it's going to take some planning. It's going to be a lot of hard work, and understand that, you know, rich and making whatever your dollar amount is of what you think is successful is going to be subjective. And I never talk numbers because not everybody's goal is to be a millionaire.
Right.
And here's the other thing too, Mo. Most millionaires doesn't mean they got $1 million cash in the bank.
Right.
That's assets. I remember I had a client who was working with me for about 2 years. And, you know, we had got on some capital. He built up a real estate portfolio. And I remember having a session with him and I was like, you know you're a millionaire, right? And he was like, get the out of here. I was like, no, let's add up your assets.
Right.
His assets came out to about 1.6 million. Blew his mind. He was crying on the phone. So I say that to say it took us 3 years to help him build that level of a real estate portfolio.
Right.
So when I say it's easy, it is. We just assume we need to have $1 million cash.
Right.
You know, when somebody is a billionaire, that doesn't mean they have $1 billion in the bank.
Right.
That's their net worth between stocks and bonds, 401k, real estate, liquid cash, or vehicles like your personal home. And so once we really understand how simple it is to amass that in assets, yeah, it's easy to become a millionaire.
It's just all about diversifying.
That's really what it's about.
Just spreading the money out. You know, putting it in stocks, putting it in the new thing now, crypto. You know, putting it into certain vehicles.
Yeah.
You know, vehicles,
gold, watches.
Right.
All my watches have tripled in value because the cost of gold has went up. So yeah, it is.
Yeah, and not like you said, assets, homes, and equity. All of that. You know, add all that stuff up, and there you go. Like you said, so it's not hard, and I feel the same way.
Definitely.
But a lot of people feel like it's hard to obtain.
Right.
You know, all because of, again, where we come from and, you know, how we perceive credit, how we perceive debt, things of that nature. So I want to switch gears and talk about pouring value into people. You know, I know you do it on a regular basis. You know, you go live and you talk about, you know, credit, and you talk about, you know, wealth. Like what gives you that energy to pour into people?
Great question. So a mentor of mine told me a long time ago, he said, Will, how you make more money is to increase your value in the marketplace.
Absolutely.
You know, I remember back in the day, a lot of people used to say, I need to make more money. Let me go get a second job. A second job does not make you more money. You need to become more valuable.
Absolutely.
And how you become more valuable is serving others, you know? And so in serving others, when you help someone and you can help them obtain what it is they want to achieve,
right,
you're always going to be blessed beyond measures.
Right.
And that's always been my motto. Like, real talk, Mo, I turned down more money than I probably could have made over my career. One, because some of the things that I've been pitched, quote unquote, doesn't align with my values.
Absolutely.
And so if it doesn't align with what I want to do, I don't do it, because I don't do anything for money.
Right.
I'm fine.
Right.
And even if I was to lose everything, I'll still be fine. One, because I got enough credit to where I can live off of it. That's the cheat code.
Right.
But more importantly, my mindset is never poor. And poor meaning passing over opportunities repeatedly. So pouring into others is something that I vowed to make my main purpose. And yeah, there may be others who may have been in a game shorter period of time who've amassed more than me,
right.
But I know I'm going for longevity. And as long as you're pouring into others, people will always create opportunities for you, and you'll always be blessed.
Yeah. I I definitely believe that, you stay in your lane. I stay
1000%.
I stay in my lane. I'm not, concerned about what somebody else is
At
doing.
all,
so, like you said, you pour into other people. When you pour into other people and you pour that value, you get it right back.
1000%.
I definitely agree with you 100% on that, man. So, hey, y'all, if y'all listening, you want to get rich, you gotta go and put value and
serve other people.
You gotta serve other people. I heard a wealthy billionaire say that as well.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta serve other people if you wanna, see the benefits of being rich and famous or wealthy or whatever you want to call yourself. But man, I appreciate you for coming on to the podcast, man.
Pleasure's all mine.
Yeah, man. Been a minute since we, been able to chop it up.
Right.
But again, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to this podcast. We got more content just like this on the way. Y'all can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, all social media outlets. So I'll holler at y'all. Peace.